Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Lolu Talks. Well, I guess you guys must have noticed the little scar on my face. Try not to pay any attention to it. Over the week I had I had something in a circle on my face and I couldn't tell what it was. So my sister advised me to mash up garlic and put it around the circle. You know, because garlic is an antioxidant, antibacterial, antifungal, something she said, and she does pharmacology. So I believed her and I put it on my face. And I woke up the next morning and that patch of skin was burnt, you know. I was so upset. Like I kept thinking, oh my goodness, it's going to wash out. It didn't wash out. Like my face was burnt. But thank goodness the thing has lifted off now. The dry skin has lifted off now. So I think it's just the raw skin underneath that's healing now. Anyway, back to the topic. The movie I'm going to be reviewing today is Obioma the Slave Girl. It's a movie that was directed by Vincent Anointed. Yeah, I think that was his surname, Anointed. Well, the reason I picked this movie, the reason why I wanted to watch this movie was because it had two of my favorite actresses in it. It had Ozokwor and Mercy Johnson. And I was thinking, obviously, a script that was picked up by Mercy Johnson and Ozokwor. Obviously, it would be a very good movie. Alright, so the story is about this family where the father is very evil and wicked to the mother and, you know, the children, and we didn't understand the reason why, you know. He keeps on maltreating them, the mother and the children, and he's angry about something, but we don't understand why. Well, eventually he dies. The older son dies as well, and then, you know, Mercy Johnson and her mother, that's Ozokwor, then move to the city, you know, in search of greener pastures. However, the story was good. I enjoyed it. We find out what happened at the end, the reason why the father was so evil and wicked to them, and it actually had a very deep meaning. But the problem I had with this movie is that it was too long. It was 4 hours long altogether. Part 1 was 2 hours and part 2 was 2 hours. It was, you know, I didn't understand why part 1 had to be that long. I felt like they could have compressed everything into 30 minutes. Alright, so that's why the fact that this movie is 4 hours long. Mercy Johnson and Ozokwor give you a reason to keep watching. Like, whoever said Ozokwor could only act the part of a wicked woman in movies. This lady was amazing in this movie. She was acting the part of a lady who was constantly being maltreated, you know, by her husband. And she did a very good job of it. Mercy Johnson as well. This is the first movie I've seen of Mercy Johnson since, you know, she's been, you know, back from having her child. But she did an amazing job. You know, take away all the, you know, body hugging clothes that all these actresses like to wear. Mercy Johnson is a fantastic actress. You know, she's the reason why I kept watching this movie. The resolution at the end, where we actually find out the reason why the father kept maltreating them, I felt like that was too rushed. I didn't understand why part 1 that could have been condensed into 30 minutes was, you know, made 2 hours, and then the end part, which was the most important part, was rushed. The cast in Lagos while Mercy Johnson and her mother were still in the village. I felt like it was very unnecessary. They didn't need to develop it that much on their side, you know. I felt like the story should have concentrated on just Mercy Johnson and her family. A little bit of attention should have been given to the couple or the couples in Lagos, but I wasn't too interested. Every time a scene of those couples in Lagos would come up, I would be like, oh, please let this be over, because the dialogues between them was just very awkward. That's the cast in London. I was just like, sorry, in Lagos, I said London. I didn't get why this movie was called Obioma the Slave Girl, because this girl wasn't a slave at any point in time. It doesn't really justify, you know, the whole, you know. Alright, so I'm unsure of what to rate this movie, but left to me, I wouldn't rate it very high because of production quality and the flaws in the storyline and the length of the movie. But because of the acting of my favorite actresses, I don't know what, I'm a bit, you know, I'm a bit biased. So you guys let me know what you think. What would you rate this movie? Alright, so I'll speak to you guys next week. Bye!